This is the Pioneer. This is the AVH-X5600BHS. This is what Pioneer considers to be their flagship in their 2014 lineup of AV in-dash DVD receivers. And no question that it certainly is. This model is really nice. This is a full 7-inch in-dash fully loaded unit. This unit has everything you could ever hope for in Pioneer. It does one better on the 2013, which I've already reviewed, and if you want to go back in time and look at some of my older reviews, by all means, to see what the difference between the prior model is to this year, of course, by all means, the videos are there. It's good information to always know and just educate yourself and see what is the big change, what is new, and what do I need this unit for, as opposed to maybe choosing a different model. This year, I'm actually reviewing every single Pioneer model, with the exception of the single DIN flip outs, just because I think that they're starting to fall off. They're not quite as popular as they once were. I think they're really more for just kind of guys doing custom installations or just older vehicles in general. So I'm kind of steering away from that. I'm going to stick mostly towards the double DIN units because that's predominantly what's in today's modern vehicles. So with that said, this is the 2014 top of the line flagship piece. This one is iPod Android ready. This one works with all the Pioneer app radio modes. They have over 30 apps which are currently out and available for purchase and ready for use. So although this unit does not have built-in GPS functionality, you can, of course, if you wanted to, add it in the future with the AVIC U250, or you could use the app mode and use it with your telephone, cell phone, Android, or iPhone. That includes the iPhone 5 with the proper cable, of course, which is sold separately for either scenario, if you wanted the Android or the iPhone, either way. This unit also boasts HD radio built into it, also works directly with the new Sirius XM through the cable supplied in the rear of the unit, which I'll show you in a moment. That's the model V200. If you were curious which model it is that you need to get, that's going to be the one for you. So without further ado, let me show you what's in this unit, show you a little more of the specs, and I'll show you what's in the rear, and we'll get to turning it on and getting involved with the interactive display. Like I promised, here is what's included on this model. This here is the AV remote control. They've been using this one for a little bit now. It's still a proper little remote control. It's not too big, it's not too small. You know, I'm pretty good with it. I like it. I'm sure you will as well. It's nice. Just that black color might be hard to find once it falls on the floor in your car, but aside from that, it's cool. And it's nice that they give it to you because Pioneer is very stingy with the accessories. This here is a 3-foot, approximately, I haven't measured it, but I'm going to take my best guess that this here is a USB extension for any of the accessories you're going to need for this here unit. The ISO mount screws, they give you 2 different sizes, and what those are for is for located right here. So when you're mounting this in a factory application, these would be the screws that you would set it in with using the dash kit right there. And over here, which is the good old-fashioned CD-VM1, which is the hands-free Bluetooth microphone, the warranty card, and of course the Bible. That comes with it as well. Let me show you what's on the back. Here we are in the rear of this unit. Right over here on the bottom right, this here is the data connector for the Sirius XM, which would be the model V200, which I told you about before. Just one simple plug-in goes right there, and the antenna mounts up on the roof or wherever on your vehicle. That's how you do your Sirius. Over here you got a steering wheel remote control plug. Over here you have the mic for the CD-VM1, or the Bluetooth mic, whatever you want to call it. Right over here, that yellow RGB plug, that would be for the optional AVIC U250, which would be the external add-on GPS system, if you were going to go that route. Over here you have your AV inputs, outputs, and you have your camera direct output. You have a slave video output for headrests or flip down visor monitors, etc. And you also have an analog AV input. Over here, this is where the USB connector goes, and that's probably why they give you this extension cable, because it's kind of buried in the back there. Over here, this gigantic heatsink. And over here you have your preamp outputs. These are all 4-volt preamp outputs, by the way. So you have your front, rear, and subwoofer preamp outputs, all 4 volts, so that they have a good, respectable voltage output. Over here you have your antenna input and your slave camera plug. That's it. That's the whole unit. That's all you need. What else do you need? So now let's take a look at what she can do. Just a few tidbits, little facts about this unit. I don't think I mentioned it yet, but the monitor size on this screen. Now this one here is a little different than the other monitors that they're making, such as the AVH series and the smartphone, whatever the hell they call it, the app radio. That one there has a totally different LCD. This one here is a WVGA touchscreen display. Also, this one here is 50 by 4, which of course is peak outputs. RMS, I'd ballpark it more realistically around 16, 17 watts RMS, which is pretty much the standard. 3 sets of RCAs, which I already talked about. Those are 4 volts, people, which is good. The EQ, which is of course super important because I'm a audio junkie, audio nut, whatever you want to call me. 8 bands of graphic equalization on this unit, which I will show you. It also has an auto EQ, which you have to purchase a CD MC20 if you want to have that set up respectively. It's another optional thing you have to buy, but so is Pioneer. They have a sonic control center, which I'm going to touch on. They also have an advanced sound retriever. ASR for short. What that means in English is that in today's digital world where everything is compressed files and everything is so digitized, they use that to kind of reverse some of the effects of, you know, those features that music has, the compression, and make it sound more natural and true as to what it used to sound like when it was just on a simple CD or something to that effect. You got a touch slide operation, which I'm going to show you how it interacts with your finger. Wired remote input, which you would have to utilize with again an optional thing, but if you wanted to use your steering wheel controls, because so many cars these days have it, you can do it. Or of course just use the wireless remote control that comes in the box and be happy with that. So let's move along. So here we are now with the unit powered on. I have a USB sync cable to my iPod. This here is my iPod 4. I did not install the app because this unit technically isn't even mine. But for all intents and purposes, I just plugged it on in there just to give you an idea of what the artwork looks like, the layout for the iPod. You can see that in the background that they have the sources. They're laid out in big words like iPod, Bluetooth, auxiliary, tuner, whatever. It's pretty much like that on all the screens. They always have that mix track button laid out, so if you actually went ahead and already set up your own mix track, you know, music little mix going on, you can access it right there. On the bottom, this is how they have the iPod laid out. So you have your play pause laid out right here. This button you can use and you can scroll and drag it, which is very nice. It works rather well. Over here you have all the same buttons you would expect to see on the screen of your iPod, which is repeat, you know, mix, your speed, advance to the next song, and if you were utilizing the app, you would use this button right here to drag right to it. If you wanted to use the source search button, you hit that little magnifying glass, and these are your choices, as you can see. You can do it with your finger, or you could do it with the button. Now, I don't know if you're watching other Pioneer reviews, because I'm doing all of the 2014s, by the way. If you're interested in the AVH series, any of the top of the line, such as this one, middle of the road, or even the entry level, I'm doing them all. I don't play favorites, but this unit right here, I must say, actually does perform better than their flagship, which is the AVH series. I said the same thing last year, and I said the same thing year before. When are they going to get it right? When are they going to do it? I don't understand. But again, just like I did last year, I'm not going to get crazy like I did last year, because I got annihilated with comments saying, why don't you go marry the unit? But I have to say it because this is what I do. I do this for you people. I don't do this for myself. I don't just say this just because I got nothing better to say. I like to educate people, and I want people to go out and spend their money on something that I feel that's going to serve them best, and they're making good, well-educated decisions when they do purchase things. This unit right here, in my opinion, just like it always has for years prior, this unit performs the best. It has the most bang for the money. If you're going to want GPS, use this. Use it with the app GPS. There's several to choose from, and one is better than the other. Or you could just use the AVH-250 if you have that couple extra bucks to throw on it and add it on. Do it that route. But right here, this unit just works so beautifully. I love it. The text is great. It's got the ever scroll feature. You can have a lot of customizable changes. You could do the background colors, screens. Everything is laid out very well. The wording is laid out very well. Lots of buttons, easy to access everything. Very easy, very fun to navigate. Lots of choices. You can do it this way. Use your finger. Use it alphabetically. It's all right here. I mean, this is really nice. I hit M. That's pretty good. Again, people, I have over 5,000 songs, I believe, on this iPod currently. That went really fast. Really, really fast. You know, say we want to do S. 1,000. No, I didn't even get to 2,000. There you go. Great. Everything is laid out really well. I like it. The artwork is crystal clear. If you wanted to do telephone, it opens up a window in Windows Service right here, so you can actually do that. You have your dial by keypad, redial, phone book, contacts, all right there. All your settings for your tone, your phone, your settings. It's beautiful. Your clock is right there. It even tells you the day, the year, the time, what radios are out there that do that even. I mean, honestly, I don't even understand why nobody even thought about it, but there it is. I mean, it's all these little things that, to me, make a good unit great, and that's what I see here. Now go ahead and make all your fucking comments on the comments, because that's what people got to do. No matter what I do, there's always going to be one jerk that's going to go ahead and do something. Now, as far as the EQ, I like to definitely touch on this because it's all about sound. To me, that's what anybody should be buying a unit such as this for that one reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8-band EQ. No digital signal processor in this unit like they have in days gone by. I don't know why they don't ever bring it back. But for what it is, 8 bands, that's pretty damn good. And again, this one here is a swipe. Better than their flagship. As far as the flagship in their AV series, it does exactly what a flagship in an AV series model should do. And I like that. 2 customizable presets, and always useless factory presets. Now, all your system settings are all laid out rather well. Tons of choices, lots of things in nooks and crannies in here to play with. If you're a button junkie and you like to set up stuff and just get crazy with yourself, this is the exact radio for you, man. I like it. Of course, the phone's unregistered because I never even paired it to it. I'm just using it through the old school USB. I want to touch on some other stuff because I think it's really worth to show you. I'll show you all the little silly things because that's what people really want. There's your background. Some presets. Right there. Your illumination. Change up your colors. And of course, you can make this any color you like. If you want to do that, you can do it. They got a little button right there. You can put your little ink dropper wherever you want it to be. And there you go. Memorize that sucker. And that's the end of that. So there's that. Again, very nice. Laid out. They got a lot of information on a little screen, man. That in itself is really something. This is the new screen layout for 2014. Totally different than it used to be. Looks very much like the Sonys that Sony started making last year. Fortunately, the only thing that I don't like about this unit is it does not have a detachable face. However, it does have a motorized 7-inch, which is adjustable. You can step it out and step it back in. And that's what it's like when it's open. They have these 2 odd blank panels in the back there for no apparent reason. I don't know what that is. But this here is the plug for the auto EQ, if you're interested. As always, nice and firm, nice and still when it closes up. Pioneer is good at that. They should be after all these years of making them. Now here's all your sources: HD radio, iPod, Pandora, Bluetooth audio, and aux. That's what's already plugged into this unit. Or of course you just hit your start button, the source button, which I want to get to right here. Show you something on the regular radio screen. These are all the presets. They used to look different. They used to pop up, or they used to have them down here, and now they're going this direction over here. And they have your EQ, your phone quick shortcut icon is right there, your zoom button, the clock. I like this layout. There's your information for your radio. They kind of went to the old school stuff, kind of like how the Clarion has, which is really cool. They were the first one, so I'll give Clarion a credit on a really cool analog tuner look. But it's really nice, man. I really like this unit a lot. I like the way it's laid out. It looks really cool. The only thing that I really think that it needs is, I wish it came with the trim ring so you can install it a little bit easier, maybe even like a sleeve or a cage. But again, I don't know what Pioneers, they just, unfortunately, they milk you for everything, for the cables, for the updates, for the apps, for the sleeves, or the trim rings, the remotes. They got you coming and going, unfortunately. But that's the way of the world, is how it is. But hey, this here unit I think is really cool. I don't think I could possibly recommend any Pioneer for 2014 any higher than this one right here. But also, if you're on a computer and you ain't doing nothing because you're obviously sitting here listening to me bullshitting, check out some of my other reviews, because I'm also going to do reviews on the 3600, the 1600. I'm not going to waste my time on the 2600BT because it's basically the same as, you know, those other two, just in the middle of them. But the information is there. I also have reviews up there. Also DVD bypasses, so if you're looking for how to do that on the 2014 models, I have that posted as well. So that's it for now. That's the 5600. I hope you liked it.